Good day and welcome to our daily preview of racing at Fairview. Before we go and have a look at the races, just one or two things. The purpose of Outsider Genie is to find you some outsiders. We are not tipsters. We are form analyzers. I've been analyzing forms for uh, quite a long time in my life, and I have found pointers to point me in a direction where I can find outsiders. So what we do is we give you a video every day of the preview, but you can also subscribe to our Outsider Genie form analysis service, where we give you race by race selections, outright winner, and two possible outsider selections. We also give you value bets, two value bets each day, and normally 6-1 and higher. We also give you a best bet of the day. Uh, we don't give you odds on, you can find that yourself. We try and give you decent value, and we have been giving base bets as high as 6-1. We also give you suggested trifectas and quartets, and some of our quartets and trifecta sections has paid quite well in the past. We also try and give you affordable PA between 48 and 96 Rand, and we have had some decent winnings on that as well. We also give affordable pick six for 1% up to 150 Rand, which you can play, add on, change as you like. That is up to you. Um, we also want to take note of our special offer for the Durban July. If you subscribe now, you get from now up to the end of the end of the month, end of July, which would include our Vodacom Durban July special. The price now is 350 Rand, of which 100 Rand goes towards a sharing in a pick six, a PA, and a jackpot that we're going to play. And yeah, all profit will be divided between the subscribers. For the Durban July, we are planning the following. We do have Pierre Strydom lined up. Um, I don't normally phone trainers, jockeys, or owners, but Pierre Strydom is also a form analyzer like myself, and he has agreed to give us a race-by-race preview of the day's races on Vodacom Durban July Day. You will receive that a day or two before the race day in order to work out your selections. What we will do on the race day, for the race day, we will give a general preview of the non-pick six races. That will be races 1 to 3 and race 10. I did saw on the card that there's only 10 races. Yeah, because of the time limit, there used to be 12 races, but this year there will only be 10 races. Then the following will be only available to subscribers. What I'm planning is on the pick six races, I'm going to do preview race by race. So there will be 6 previews, a video preview of each race, where I will discuss individual horses' chances and point you to the possible runners to include in your play, which would include obviously some outsiders. Um, in other words, there will be 6 videos, and we will also give you trifectas, quartets, bipods, pick sixes, and jackpot selections. We just want to mention we are looking for a sponsor for this channel. So if you have a business that you want to advertise, you're welcome to contact us, and we can then arrange for advertising packages. We are not too expensive. And also, if you want to receive our thing in the future, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell, and then you will be notified every time I post a video. So let's now go and have a look at racing for tomorrow for at Fairview. Yeah, the first races are juvenile races. I don't normally tip on juvenile races, but just for the sake of people wanting to know, I'll quickly run through the betting. Colorado Springs 19 to 20, 2 to 1, Joyful Noise, Granadella 5 to 1, Royal Ways 13 to 1, Absolutely Fab 15 to 1, Electric Dixie 20 to 5 to 1, and 28 to 1, and longer the rest. Then we look at race 2, another juvenile event, number 7, Stranger Danger 6 to 10, Majorca Palace 14 to 10, Lookout House 10 to 1, 20 to 1 Stellies, and longer the rest. We then move on to race number 3, where we have number 7, Time Stand Still 9 to 2, Zuberi 33 to 10, Amazing 2 9 to 2, 5 to 1, Cressida de Verity, Forbidden Affair 16 to 1, 22 to 1, Modakar, Zazu 50 to 1, and 66 Lord Mulberry. So let's have a look at the race itself. Yeah, it's a maiden plate over 1,000 meters. And here we have a very short price favorite. Let's quickly look at the short price favorite, which is number 7. Time stands still. Now, the one thing I can tell you as a punter I've learned over the years is that when a horse has got a good first run, it is not most likely it can win its second race. But I can tell you more often than not, I've seen horses running good first races just to flop in their second race. I do not say this is going to be the case of this horse, but to go the price of 9 to 10 on this horse, I won't be rushing to take that on at the moment. And it's a 2-year-old against 3-year-olds. So let's just scroll back to the top. Let's have a look at the few of the horses that has got chances. Right. In this race, one of the horses, let's have a look at number 1. Number 1, I don't know, I fancied it last time, but it didn't run a good race. It ran behind the favorite, behind Caracorium, but maybe we should give it a second chance, ex-Transvaal horse, so maybe it deserves another chance. Number 2, Forbidden Affair, has had a few places, and then last 3 races really run dismal. Have to improve to win this race. Number 3, Crusader de Verity, has been thereabouts. Have run second behind Marmara C. Marmara C, I think, has now won another 2 races, so that has won 3 races. So number 3 can definitely maybe involved in the finish. And then we get to number 4. Well, I do like number 4. It's a VAR out of a John Causeways mare. Comes from Joburg, where it was trained by Sean Terry. Didn't run badly last time out. If you look, it was 12 lengths behind at the 400 meters, but that was on the poly, and it was flying, finishing 3.25 band. Bengal Crimson with a 22.400 to finish. Well, one will have to see if this horse will repeat this finish on the turf, but I think this horse is a big runner in this race. For the rest of the race, there's not much else, so we do move to race number 4. Let's have a look at race number 4. The betting is Shine a Light 15 to 20, Sweet Spring 11 to 2, Chasing Green 12 to 1, Heart and Roof 11 to 1, Great Thunder 16 to 1, Very Cavallari 14 to 1, 16 to 1, and Better the Rest. So let's have a look at the race. Number 1, Chasing Green. Chasing Green was in PE, has run in PE before when it ran third behind Captain Anne Bonny. And Captain Anne Bonny is running later today, and I definitely give her a chance. Then the horse was transferred to Johannesburg, where it hasn't shown much. But I think now back in PE, this horse can certainly be a runner and can be a contender in the finish. Heart and Roof was fancied last time out. It was the favorite, but it didn't run up to the expectations. So we'll have to look and see what happens there. Then number 3, Sweet Spring, Shawi's Spring Flower, has had some decent runs. So in the last race was handy, outrun late, is now back to 1,000, and I think this horse has got a huge chance. Number 2, Great Thunder, look for improvement on this horse. Oosthuizen still looking to get his first winner in PE, but I'm thinking that it will shortly it will happen. Another Irish Flame. Now, one would be thinking that this Irish Flings by the stallion Irish Flame would be looking for distance, but I have seen a few of them that do sprint. I don't think Irish Fling maybe cannot win the race, but a nice place chance. Then number 6, Prince of Fire. Also another horse that has shown a little bit of not too far off in the first race and then in the second race, and can be surprised from the new stallion Louis the King. Louis the King's first runner was a winner and has subsequently been placed as well. So definitely in with a shout, not to be left out. 7 Rose of India, Mackenzie also can place. Shine a Light, number 8. The same comments that I had with him is for the horse in the first in the third race. I have in the fourth race, Shine a Light, Give Me the Green Light, Aaron Greef, D. Gould. This horse is short in the betting. This run unwell, 22.8 fastest forward to finish, and I had to switch as well. So they're surely in with a chance. 9 Snow Baby Go with the 57 -4, only carrying 53, can improve on the debut run. Now let's move on to number 10, Summer Matters. Did show a bit of pace in the first race, but never ran anywhere in the second race. Louis the King, Pierre Strydom, inmate. Sometimes he can come with bombs, so maybe chuck this into the back end of your quartet. You never know. Very Cavalieri did run not too bad in its first race, 4.95 lengths behind, can improve. Then we move on to the fifth race, which is a Class B 88, merit 90 over 1,000 meters. A very interesting race, so let's look at the betting first. The betting is as follows. Number 4, Captain Anne Bonnie, 19-10. Daisha 2-1, 15-2. Karikoa 10-1. Mendocino 10-1, Making Waves, and 10-1 Ambora. Scoopers 10-1, and Longer the Rest. So let's have a look at this race quickly. Number 1, Making Waves, is an ex-Natal horse where it didn't run too bad. This horse has run against stronger. This is a merit rated 88. This horse has run against 97, 93, 87. Has won a few races over this distance, twice and a second. Can come up again. Not a horse to leave out. Then we go to number 2, Sir Caleb, has run well, is now coming off a rest, but he's getting the -4, can pop up, must have a small chance in this field. Then we get to number 3, Karikora, also an ex-Joburg horse, has had 2 runs here, where it run in against much stronger opposition, Racine and World Radar, so we are hoping for improvement from him, and he can be involved in the finish. Then yes, Captain Anne Bonnie. Captain Anne Bonnie is a very as a filly with a big heart. She likes to go to the front, and sometimes it's hard to catch her. This horse hasn't won over this distance, but the way she runs and the track being fast, maybe today can be a day. And I really give her a big shout. She's run against stronger opposition, so definitely in with a huge chance in this race. Then we go down to number 5, Alan Greef, inmate, Give Me the Green Light filly. Has had 2 wins where she actually beat Captain Anne Bonnie, but then Captain Anne Bonnie beat her in return. So yeah, it is also coming off a rest. Keep an eye out for this one. Can improve and can surprise. Then let's have a look here. Another horse I want to talk to you about is number 8, Scoop. Also ex-Joburg horse. Is a captain out of a Ford with me. Originally cost 350,000 rand. There's also a fast horse in Joburg, has run against some decent starts. There you got Image Award, Mythical Sing for Rafa. Look at that merit rating, the horses she's run against: 91, 91, 84, 92, 83. So, and there she's run behind Ispan. Ispan in the week has won again. Last time out after the race, behind Battle of Trafalgar, she showed, but favourite, can definitely be involved in the finish. Then here's the favourite, number 10, Taisha. It's a 2-year-old against older horses. This horse has won twice, and last time by 7.25 seconds. I don't say this horse cannot go in, but it's going to be a hard task for a 2-year-old to, run against the hard knockers, all the horses. So, but if she can achieve that, then this horse might have a nice future. So now let's move on to race number 6. Race number 6. Sorry about that. Sometimes it's so hard to scroll up and down with this thing. Just sometimes it won't scroll, and sometimes it scrolls so fast you can't keep track. Race 6, where we have number 1 Merrill at 16 to 10, Celestial Prince 33 to 10, Troop the Color 33 to 10, 107 to 1, Indie Spice 14 to 1, the Sylvia Fox 14 to 1, 15 to 1, and better the rest. So let's look at the card here. Number 1 Merrill is chalking up one win after the other. Have already on the turf here run 5 times for 3 wins, a second and a third, and it looks like she will go in today again. She has beaten all of these horses that is running in the field. She's beaten the lot, and I don't think she'll have a problem with the distance. I think the biggest danger can come from number 3, Celestial Prince. It's a gelding, Duke of Marmalade, by Imperial Star by Navarone, and that's from the famous Imperial Sioux line. This horse has run in Cape Town, now coming to PE. Has had one run here where it won over 2,400, beating Wanzi. Wanzi was also beaten by Merrill, and but last time ran 4 lengths behind Troop the Color. So Troop the Color is also in this race. So this could be a race between Merrill, Celestial Pre, and Troop the Color number 5. Because this horse also stays all day. But I just think that Merrill will have the beating of both of them. Then number 6, Wanzi, not a horse to leave out. He's always there and thereabouts. Loves the longer distance. Can go all day, and is by Ideal World out of Treasure Pots. There is a Treasure Pots now running, but I can't get onto the name now. But she's thrown quite a lot of winners. So this may, hopefully she will run well, and then after the end of the season she can go and do a bit of breeding. Then we want to move on to the next race, which is race 7, the East Cape Paddock Stakes over 1,600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. The betting here is number 1, Madam Speaker, 19 to 10, Elusive R 5 to 2, Statue 6 to 1, 13 to 2, Dancing in Seattle, Luna Wish 12 to 1, 15 to 1, Sakari 16 to 1, Miss Smarty Pants, and longer the rest. Let's have a look at the card here. Here we have got Madam Speaker. What a consistent horse, always there and thereabouts. She never seldom misses a place. So let's have a look here. Race number 1 is Elusive Heart. Has won here over a shorter distance. Today going 1,600 meters, but the way it won, I don't think we'll have a problem in beating this. Won't have a problem going this distance. Last time out, I ran over 1,200 meters and still ran second. Very versatile mare. Number 2, Dancing Seattle. This one popped up a few runs ago, beating Madam Speaker at 18 to 1 over the 1,600 meters. But then ran behind Elusive Heart, but can go in, not a horse to leave out. Then we get to Madam Speaker. Now, Madam Speaker is one of those, I think, on Madam Speaker, I think her best distance is 1,400 meters, although she's won a few races over 1,600 meters. But it always looked like the 1,600 meters is stretching her, and she always just gets there. If you look at the 1,600 meters, where there she was a favorite, 5 to 4, ran third behind the Highwayman in the lower class. There was another 1,600 meter got beaten by Maverick Girl. That day was also a surprise. Then, on the 1,600, she beat Dancing Seattle, and then Dancing Seattle came back and beat her. So that one over 1,600 meters against my Smarty Pants. Last time out beating Hoofs of Troy. But this horse always in with a chance. Jockeying horse, 8 runs, 4 wins, 3 seconds, and a third. So this jockey hasn't been unplaced on this horse ever. But already she's had 22 runs, 10 wins, eight place seconds, 3 thirds, and a fourth. So she's only been unplaced twice in her life. Yeah, what a horse. Um, uh, I mean, anybody would be able, would love to have a horse like that. And the best is I only paid 25,000 rand for this horse. She's already won 882,000 rand, nearing the million mark. So can she hold on today again on the 1600 meters? Yes, she can. But I think it's going to be a close one. A nice outsider that I want to mention is number 4, Miss Smarty Pants. As an ex-Natal horse, did come to PE. Hasn't won yet. But if you look, say she's always close behind Madam Speaker, Elusive Heart, Madam Speaker, just beaten there on the 1600 meters, Elusive Heart, World Raider. Now, if you look at the betting, you'll see that this horse is 16-1. This could be a very nice each way bet, so include in all your play. But unfortunately, draw 13, so that's not good. But you're looking for something that's going to make the quartet pay. You can include number 4, Smarty Pants. I hope it runs into the places. Yes, she runs behind my Yabi Gold. My Yabi Gold do find her in the July. She was close behind Fresh Naya, also a very good horse. So this horse, all in all, I think this horse can get a place, and it will pay well. It might pay you to put this horse into your play in terms of quartets and each way bets and so on. Then I just want to mention number 7, Statute. Michael Roberts brings this horse all the way from Durban, but now what one does not know is this horse going to stay here or going to go back? Because if you look at this horses that the horse that this mare has run against as well, strong horses, heart of a legend, born to perform, has won numerous races. Royce Rivera has won a future race. True to Life, a very good horse. Pretty Young Thing won a future the other day. And again, here behind my Yabi Gold. So do include this in your play. As I said, I'm not sure whether this horse is coming down to stay in PE or it's just a visit. One don't know because we don't have the info from the stable. So that concludes that race. Now we move on to race number 8, which is a 78 village and mares, handicap also over 69 meters, class D, merit rating 72. Let's have a look at the betting quickly. Race number 8. Your favorite here is number 2, Still Tapping, Tawny Jet 4-1, Princess Khaleesi 7-1, Purist Bliss 5-1, Bell Tower 9-1, 12-1, Clark Bragg, 12-1, Double Shuffle, Beyond Termination 16-1 and 20-1, and longer the rest. Now this is a very open race. Anything can come in here. But the horse that I do fancy is number 6, Purist Bliss. Now, as I mentioned, this is a merit rated 72. This horse has run against a stronger. And what I like about this horse is that this horse also seems to run on from behind. Third fastest to 400. Look at that, 28.1. Wow. That was when it was still campaigning in Cape Town. Then it ran behind Bell Tower, fastest 400 to finish. Second fastest 400 to finish. There again, fastest 400 to finish. Fastest 400 to finish. Last time out, chased up from the rear. I think it went to the front too early. I was amazed to see the jockey taking this horse because this horse likes to run on, and I think it was too close to the pace. And if the jockey can restrain this horse, I think the problem was with the draw. 7 out of 10, he wanted to beat the draw, and I think he overextended the horse. Today is drawn free. He doesn't have to rush up the horse. Can sit a little bit and then bring this horse close through to finish. To me, this horse is like up here was 5-1. Nice bet. You can probably have a few rand on it. And then I just want to mention another horse here. Where is it now? It's number 4, Beyond Temptation, Tara Lang. This is a Kirari out of a Badgerland mare. This horse has also run better last time out after the rest, but I have run against horses like Fool's Garden, Miss Orange, And I do feel that this horse is also a very nice outsider. Do include into your play. So let's look at a few of the other horses. Number 1, Princess Khaleesi. Has also run here and there against some stronger competition. Last time out, won well, beating Alaskan Fate. Cartier on board, but is carrying 62.5. But I think can be involved in the finish. Number 2, Still Tapping is the favorite. Comes here from Cape Town. Must have a very big chance. Only 2 runs ago, won the maiden, and then 2.4 behind Avalene. I do remember this race, and it was quite a strongish field, so can probably go in again. But as I said, very open race, lots of horses with chances. Bell Tower is also a horse running well at the moment, getting places and wins. Cannot leave out for Duncan McKenzie. Then we've got this horse here from French legend from Zietsman Oosthuizen. Do include this horse in the back end of your quartets. I just feel somewhere along the line, Ziets might have his first winner, but some of his horses are running places, so this horse can improve perhaps and run a place. So put that in the back end of your quartets. Currently at the long price. Another horse that I just want to mention is Cloud Break. Cloud Break also running on at the end. Look at this, 22.6, 22.7, 23.8, 23.2. Has run against some stronger Dancing Seattle. Dancing Seattle is finding her now in a future today. The other day, she was there. She ran behind Marazan. I fancied Marazan the other day during the week, but they didn't do too well. But Cloud Break can definitely pop up. But unfortunately drawn 12, so you're going to have to, but you can include her because she might surprise. Double Shovel came from Cape Town, has had a few runs here where it ran a place and a win, so definitely include in the back end of your quartets. And that concludes race number 8, so let's move on to race number 9, where we have Ferris Mary's handicap 80, Class C, rating 76, 1200 meters. So let's look at the betting here. Unfortunately, World Sports Betting don't have a betting for that race, but I've lined up Betting World so that we can give you the betting on Betting World, the Betting World betting. We're just waiting for it to open up so that we can have a look at it. Getting there slowly but surely. Unfortunately, my computer is not one of the fastest. Sometimes it is a bit frustrating. So let's look here at race number 9. Here at race number 9, we have got a strong favorite, number 3, Scented Garden, 14 to 10, 4 to 1, 3-5 fam, 3-4 fam. Ein Tripping 8 to 1, Mazani 10 to 1, Twin, Falls 12 to 1, Blue Dutch says 13 to 1, Don't Be Blue 14s, and more. I just want to bring your attention to number 1, Via Sikara, because I'm going to talk about that one, and that is currently at 53 to 1. So let's look at race number 9. Race number 9 is I want to talk about Viascara. We have a Class C 76 80 merit handicap over 1200 meters. This horse has run against, comes from PE originally, where you can see she's run against fairly good fields. There's a 93 Quinlan, Carlita, Via Seattle, Clifton Crusher, all of this, Racini, very good horses. Then she went to Kimberley when she won a nice small future. I don't know what happened with that run. And then she's come back, run behind Mario Lean and Mario Riley and Beethoven. But I do think that you need to include this horse into your play. As I said, Zietsman Oosthuizen is going to have his winners, one of his winners, one of these days. And then you want to have your money on that. Number 2, Miss Honey, is now with Montana Turner. It's the new owner is Mr. Toy. He used to be a big owner in Kimberley, but I see it looks like he's located most of his horses to PE, and Montana Turner is training him. Now, Miss Honey used to be run in the Bass Robertson stable, and when this horse was a 2-year-old, it was a very good 2-year-old. And it's run against some better horses, and there you can see it ran behind Sing for Rafa and Greyville. And then this horse just completely lost the plot. It's been running there and there, there again, running with Mississippi Burning. Mississippi Burning, it's a very good horse. Bjorn Binoche, I think, won her first 4 races and was placed second the other day in Greyville. And then Hildegard has had 4 or 5 runs, false dancer. Now coming off a rest, do watch out for this horse. Miss Honey currently is in the betting. Miss Honey is 10-1, and I said Biascara 53-1. So definitely 2 horses that you need to look at. Then we get to the 2 Richmond horses, where we have number 3 Scented Garden, who won her first race by 5.75 lengths. It says Too Good here. That was on the poly, now on the turf, but I think do have a chance to go in again. And then we have this horse called Fee Fi Fu Fum. Got no idea what that is, but this last 2 in PE, but on the poly, now on the turf, but no reason for her not to perform on the turf. But this horse is unfortunately, her form is erratic. You'll have to see if she can, if she runs well on the turf, but can go in. Yeah, in this horse race, I think there's lots of horses. If the favorite is not going to make this, if this number 3 Scented Garden is not going to win, then many horses with chances, which includes number 5 Twin Falls, will have a chance. Not running bad, has been running places lately. Then we get number 6 Ain't Tripping, the ex Gauteng horse, used to be with Miss Dawson, now finds her in PE. Last time out, won at 53-10. And I think it's also, got a chance to maybe place in this race. She's running in much lower divisions than she's running here. So one would have to see how she can perform against this field, but can surprise. Traveling Style has also run some decent races, also against some stronger opposition, so can also maybe be involved in the finish. Then I just want to talk about number 13, Blue Duchess, a Duke of Marmalade filly out of Jacaranda Blue, which is by Entrepreneur. Now I can tell you this Jacaranda Blue, she's thrown quite a lot of good foals, and definitely a good broodmare. Number 13 is carrying 49 and can surprise all of them. One at Fairview last time by 3 lengths, can go in again. And number 3, 13 Blue Duchess, currently in the betting at 13-1. Definitely a horse you cannot discard. You need to include her in everything, because with that lightweight of 49, she can stretch them out and make them run and say, "Come and fetch me." So for me, a very strong runner, number 13, Blue Duchess. So that then concludes our preview for Fairview for Friday. Do have a great day. I hope you make a lot of money. And as I always say, break a leg.